name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Excuse me. Today's Make It Monday. We're going to make something that I love, Yorkshire pudding. I've usually been successful. I've had a few failures, but I've usually been successful with it. But one thing that I wanted to kind of mention was, I was talking to my brother because he makes great Yorkshires, and I was talking to him, and he was telling me that he had heard once, so I'm assuming that he read it somewhere, I don't know, but he said that he had heard that Yorkshires became popular during the potato famine, when people couldn't get potatoes. They could get their eggs and stuff from the farms, and therefore they were able to make Yorkshires or popovers. We used to call them popovers. They're traditionally made in an 8x8 pan and just sort of allowed to freeform as they will. We've always made them in muffin tins so that they are individual and they kind of pop up over the top, and there's a hollow in the middle for you to put some gravy in. So this morning, or last night, I put a pork roast into the slow pot. It just fell apart. I mean, I wanted to have slices, and I left it far too long for that. Just put it overnight at low. But anyway, so I got up this morning and it was done. So I sliced that all up, and I've got it, just have to warm it. And then I put those, have you ever tried those giant Chinese carrots? They're like this big around. I thought they'd be all woody, but they're not. They're lovely. Anyway, I chopped up one of those and put it into a pot. Some potatoes to mash. Took the gravy from the slow cooker, put it in a pot. I'm just going to thicken it a little bit. And then I'll make the popovers. So I've got everything set, ready to go. I wanted to just sort of take you over there and show you the setup. But because when we start to do the cooking, this goes super fast because you're not going to want to just sit there and watch me whipping eggs. So I'll show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll do some of the work behind the scenes. I almost kicked you over. Oh, dear me. That was very rude of me. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I'm going to take you over and just show you the setup, and then I'll come back when it's closer to dinner time, because I really don't want to make them right now, because then they wouldn't be as fresh and nice for dinner. So I'll take you over, show you the setup, and then we'll wait till closer to dinner time. Come on, we go. Okay. No, I better not fall, because with my neck that would be disastrous. All right. Okay, here's my setup. So I've got my eggs here. I've got 3 eggs. I've got salt, I've got flour, and I've got milk in the fridge. Oops, my door is closed. Milk in the fridge. And so we'll get putting that all together in just a little bit. See you later. Okay, we're back. And it's nearly supper time. What is it now? It's 3:30. I need at least 30 minutes to cook the popovers, and we like to eat about 4:30. So I'm just getting things sorted together. I cooked my carrots a little bit earlier because Bill likes them very well cooked. I've got my gravy made. It's just simmering. I've put my meat in to warm in the oven. I've now got it covered with tin foil on the counter. Turn the potatoes on. And now I'm going to start over here and get the popovers going. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see. Okay, here we are. Now I just have to get the milk out of the fridge. Okay. Now the first thing that we want to do, it's going to take a while to beat them, so I'm not going to keep you on the whole time, but I'm going to show you. I've got 3 eggs. There's 3 eggs. Lots of fun. Took 6 eggs before I got 3 without shells. All right, now I'm going to, hopefully this works, my KitchenAid. I'm not really familiar with it yet. Okay, so now I'm going to beat the eggs. Now it says here, I want to also tell you that I've got a muffin tin, and I've put a half a tablespoon of oil in each of the things and whipped it around. I'm putting it right now into my oven at 400 degrees, and that's going to stay in the oven until it's smoking hot. So, well, actually, I'm not going to put it right now because I'm going to beat the eggs, but before I put the popovers in the oven, that has to heat up. So I will put that in the oven probably as I'm getting the eggs ready. So I'm going to put the eggs in here. I'm going to beat them extra well. Then I'm going to mix in the flour and the salt. And then I'm going to add the dry to the eggs, beat it again, slowly add the milk. So What I'm going to be away for, I'm going to pause you, and I'm only going to be away while I beat some eggs up. Okay? And we're back. Okay, got the eggs. I'm going to just bring over so you can see what color they are. Can you see? I'm not sure how you do this. Okay, can you see in there? Okay, so it's a pale yellow. I've got 1 cup of flour and a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to lift this up. And I'm going to add the flour. Okay. Then I want to beat this again. It's long, yes. So I'm just going to start slow. I'm going to do this, and then after it's beaten, the eggs and flour, I am going to slowly add in my milk. Okay. Oh, I'm making a mess. What's new? I always make a mess. Oh. Okay, so it's coming along. I'm going to put a little bit faster. And once I've got it done, then I'm going to beat the tar out of it. It probably wasn't as slow as it's supposed to be, but now let's see. Okay, can you see in there yet? Okay, so now I'm just going to keep beating this. I'll come back as soon as I've got it beaten. I'm going to put my pan in the oven to get screaming hot. Okay, I've got my pan out of the oven. It's screaming hot. Let me tell you, I don't want to burn myself. I've got my batter ready, and I'm just going to put a scoop into each one. Might need a little bit more than a scoop in each one, but we'll start with the scoop. This is going to be hard to lift back into the oven too. This is probably not a good thing for me to be making. It's going to be delicious, but it's not a good thing for me to be making because I'm quite dangerous in the kitchen. And this is hot screaming oil. Alright. And I'm making a big mess. Alright, so I've got a little bit extra so I can put more in. Boy, my mom, whenever she'd have a roast dinner, she'd have popovers, and we were sure missing them. Gary, he just figured out how to do it. Went to town doing it. All right, that's that. Now I have to try to get that in the oven. Okay, let me get my chair out of my way so I'm not tripping on anything. Hope I've got you recording. Yeah. Okay, now it says do not peek in the oven. Put this in the oven. Leave it in the oven for 30 minutes. Do not peek. So that's what we're going to do. Oh. Okay. This pan is so hot. And I'm not good with liquids. Okay. Oh. Alright, that's in the oven. I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes and we'll be back. Bet you like real life TV, eh? This is the reality show with Darlene. Okay, I never even thought of this until I looked in the oven, not opened the door, just looked in the door, and they aren't popping as much as they're supposed to. So I thought, wonder why that is. That should have been no problem because I beat the eggs for like 5 minutes. So it shouldn't have been a problem. So anyway, I went on to, Dr. Google, and I looked at, okay, yeah. So I went on there to see if there was a difference between cooking this at sea level or at elevation, because where I live in Calgary, we're at elevation. And the very first thing it says is, the recipe that they put is designed for higher altitude parts of the world. If you have tried making the standard Yorkshire pudding recipe, which is what I did, it may have looked rather like hockey pucks if you live at a high elevation. So I'm expecting hockey pucks. I like hockey, but I don't want them in my popovers. If you live at a high elevation, and it says, like Alberta, Canada, is 2192 above sea level. Things rise differently. So then I looked at the ingredients, and the difference is they're using 4 large eggs, and I used 3 eggs, and my eggs were not, they said they're large, but they're not large. I used 1 cup of flour, they used 1.5. I used 1 cup of milk, they used 1.5. I used a half a teaspoon of salt, they used 1 teaspoon. And then they said that with theirs, they mix it up and then let it stand for a half an hour at room temperature before they put it into the muffin tins, and they bake it at 425. I've got mine at 400, and they bake theirs only for 15 to 20 minutes, and mine went in for 30. So that's the difference. So if you're at high elevation, you might want to check that out. And I'm going to redo the popover someday because I just want to see the difference. So we'll take a look. Can you tell the machine not to talk to me, like cancel it out so that it doesn't say anything? So I'm going to take this out of the oven, Alexa, and I'm going to show you our plates, and then we'll just have to go with whatever we have. See, here it is. Okay, now I'm going to try and see if I can get this. Do you want to lift it out for me?
Yep.
Okay, now I might spit a little bit of oil. Here, these are the bigger ones. And we'll just put it up on here. Oh. Ooh, yes, they're kind of weird looking. I'm going to buy another oven liner because Cal keeps cleaning my oven so nicely, and then I spilled over my oven liner. They're not looking too bad though. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I've got that chair in your way. I don't know how to move it. All right, that's good. And we'll close that up. I'm just going to make a plate here for Bill. I'll pause you while I make the plate, and then we'll be right back. Okay, there's our plates. Bill's got his all nicely arranged on his plate. Mine's all in a big heap in the bowl, but that's normal for me. I'm just going to take a taste of this popover. It didn't pop, but it looks good. It's good, but it's not a popover. It didn't pop. I'm going to make them again another time, and I'll just show you the finished product, not how I did it. But I'll just show you the finished product so you can see what they're supposed to look like. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.